Good morning. For I'm not sure who, but a couple of people got a snippet of me making a real old hash of trying to set my camera up for my live this morning. Inadvertently pressed the start button before I was ready, so I don't think there was any bad language or anything like that, but me and Amy are having a little bit of a conversation of sorts, so apologies for that, folks. Anyway, it's now been deleted as that little bit. So we're here, it's Tuesday morning, it's nice and sunny, very sunny, so I hope it is sunny where you are as well. Don't know why I'm wringing my hands like that, but I'm just going to give it 2 or 3 or a minute because it takes a while for some people to tune in. So good morning, Gail. You're very prompt this morning, lovely to see you here. Hello Linda, hello Karen, hello Miriam, hello Christine and Diana. Gosh, you're very prompt ladies this morning. And Anita, good morning to you Anita as well. And although I did wish you a happy birthday yesterday, belated birthday wishes Anita, it was your birthday yesterday. Hope you had a lovely day. Good morning Dottie, good morning, I've missed somebody. Jane, good morning. Jane, I think you should try scrapbooking. I think I replied this morning to a comment from you, but yes, give it a go. Okay, this morning I don't think Jill Harrop can join us on a Tuesday anymore, but I am making the card, Miriam, that Jill sent to you for this month's Happy Post, or at least my version of the card that she sent you. It's quite a simple fold, but it turns a simple card into something just that little bit different. So I have made a couple already just to show you what can be achieved with it, and then I'm going to go through the fold with the dimensions and show you the third one that I'll put together today. So this is the card as it appears folded, okay, and for this card I have used, I'd forgotten about this collection actually, the Gift of Giving, one of the Hell's Couple Ditch collections done by Craft Consortium. And I only got the 6x6. It's the last time I'll ever buy anything, I think, 6x6, because 12x12 inch is so much more versatile. However, for this card, because it's only 4.5 inches high, the topper sheet that comes in this kit, get rid of all the scraps out of the front, was just a perfect size. So I'm glad I had it. And the pages in here, this is kind of like ever so slightly raised up. I've forgotten the word for it. My mind always goes blank on a Tuesday morning. So we have balloon pages, spots, lots of words. Oh gosh, pearlescent pink. Can't go far wrong with pearlescent pink. Presents, candy stripe, flags, bunting, and some gorgeous yellow. Again, some of these papers are pearlescent, they're just gorgeous. So when I put this card together, you can see hopefully from there the shape of it. A little bit of a gatefold, but it comes out and it's a lovely shape on the top and it stands up beautifully. It's really, really good, and it's just that little bit different to your average gatefold card. So on here, apart from the pink around the topper, I've taken papers that are all the yellow flowers, the white with the yellow daisies, the yellow spots, and I have, apart from the back, but I have literally covered every part of that card, because when it stands up from the front, depending on how it's opened, you can actually see the inside faces as well, and part of the back ones. On the back of this card, whilst leaving most of it just as the white card, got have a beautiful Happy Day sentiment on it, and just cut out a strip of the bunting just to give it a little bit of detailing on the top. Okay, so let's have a look. Yes, Anita, you had a lovely day yesterday. Good, I'm glad to hear that. Hi Natalia. The second card that I decided to make in this style, I did slightly higher. This is great and I love the dimensions of it, but I do like something perhaps just a little bit taller, so I used the same in terms of width of card, but just increase the height by 1 inch, I think. And here we've got Holly Hobby. As ever, trying to make a Christmas card with every new project that I do. And that opens nicely, and we've got another sentiment die cut in the middle of there. I decided to leave the cheeks of that black, just because it's quite effective. I didn't think it needed, I didn't want to overkill with red too much, and hopefully again you can see the shape when it stands up. Okay. And on the back of there I've used one of the inserts. I haven't kept the verse on it, but I've kept the little bundle of presents down there, and I will later put obviously a Christmas sentiment on there when I come to finishing off my Christmas cards. So that's what we're going to make today. And like I say, Jill sent a card in that style to Miriam for this month's Happy Post. So she kindly shared the Pinterest board with me, or the pin from Pinterest that she had got from it. And I believe it was one of her friends, Heather, who goes by Stamp with Nelly. Although it is on Pinterest, so anybody could have a look at it, but I decided that I'd save you all a bit of trawling through all the hundreds and hundreds of images on there and make one today. So we're going to start off with, oh, good morning, Lynn. 2 pieces of white card. My first piece is 11 inches across, and it is 5.5 inches down, so that it'll fit into ultimately when it's folded, a 6x6 envelope. Okay. Your second piece of card is 5.5 inches square. Okay, so that's for the back plate, so I'll just pop that to one side. Okay, I will post this, perhaps the photograph as a separate photograph, on the Nifty Noodles Facebook page. But to start off with, what we're going to do is, with our scoreboard, we are going to score first at 2 inches. And I've turned my card over. This is like a linen effect card, which when you leave a border on, it's just quite a nice effect sometimes to have something a bit different to a completely plain card. The 2 outer folds are both mountains, so I'm going to fold the card over. I'm having to think about this. Have I got this the right way? Yes, I have. So I'm scoring at 2 inches, and I'm scoring at 9 inches. I'm going to turn the card over, and I'm scoring at 3 3/4 and 7 1/4. Okay. I'm just going to go back over because I think the card moved slightly when I was doing the 9 inch, so I'm just going to rescore that one to get a better score line in there, because it is important with this, if you want your card to shut perfectly in the middle, you need to get your scoring right, or your measuring and scoring right, otherwise you end up with a little bit of a sort of wobble in the middle. Okay, very simply then, I'm going to do those first 2 inside ones, and coming in that way, and a real good push down a burnish on there, and then the score line at 2 inches, fold it over. I don't like scoring necessarily for the first one on top of something that's not completely flat, so I've opened the card out, score down there, and again this is for the inner one, it's a valley fold, and then my last one is going to be a mountain. It took me absolutely ages to work out which were the mountains and which were the valleys, but once you get it, it's easy. Depends which way you're looking at your card as to which is which. Right, they meet nicely in the middle, give it a right good push down there. Okay, so dead easy fold, really quick and easy to make. As with any card, yeah, the fold is good and it makes it extra special, but it's the decoration obviously that counts. I had contemplated stamping on part of this. Obviously you've got a blank canvas, you put on whatever you want, stamp it, stencil it. I might do a few like this and show you the different ways it comes out. But for today I'm going with some papers I have cut out, printed out and cut out, and these are from Knitwit Collections. It's a collection called Salutations, that's quite a new one, and the colours on this, I wasn't sure at first because I'm not necessarily a pinky flowery person, however the colours are just wonderful. We've got navy, we've got different shades of blue, we've got pinks, we've got greens in there as well, and what I've done is I've already sized up, printed out and cut from a piece of paper what I'm going to use today. Measurements I've put on the photograph in terms of mats and layers. When I'm working in inches, I tend to leave, I think, 1/4 of an inch, so 1/8 around each side. So I cut the mat 1/4 of an inch smaller than my outside card, and then the layer comes down another 1/4 of an inch. When I'm using metric, I tend to leave reduce the size by 4mm, so I get a 2mm edge frame around all of it. Okay, so I'm just quickly going to glue these on. This is going to be quite a quick demonstration today. Give you plenty of chance to get back to your crafting in the sunshine. Now I've got butterflies on here, so I need to make sure that once I put these on, I keep the card the right way up. So that's going there. In this Salutations kit, for anybody that's interested or looks at the Knitwit digitals, they've got all sorts of different sentiments for occasions. They've got just happy ones, they've got feel better, get well soon, they have retirement on, things like best friends, loads and loads of different options. And another great thing is they always do some tags that are blank, so you can insert your own words, your own titles and writing in there. Okay, now then I have to remember this, those two I believe I'm putting in the middle of there, or was I putting them on the outside? Okay, let's hang fire on those for the moment. For the inside of this one, unlike the Holly Hobby where I put a sentiment tag in the middle, and the part of the Gift of Giving, I put another separate topper, slightly different topper but the same little puppy image on there. For this one I decided to just do some nice flowers and butterflies and cover the whole of the inside of that. Popping that on there. All the colours, just like any other paper collection that you would get, everything mixes and matches, so you don't have to worry about what you use with which flowers or toppers. They all go so well together. I've got a little bit of glue just up there, so that can just rub off like that. Okay, so I've got the front there, that will open nicely into the middle display of flowers and butterflies that I've put on there. That's going on the back. Okay, need my other piece of paper. I'm going to do this perhaps not in the order I would always do it, but I want to just have a play around with this. On your square 5.5 piece of card, the bit that's going to go on to provide like the stand, if you like, for your card, I've got 2 strips at the end, and I decided to go quite bold and quite green with those. Okay, so I'm going to put those on there. At the moment they're slightly oversized. I could stick that on and then try measure or cut the paper off, but I oversize the strips so that I know the base of my card will cover at each side, so that I know I'm going to get every bit of paper covered. Okay, so I have done these a little bit on the large side. Again, I have put the dimensions on the template in terms of what I've actually used for this. So I decided not to leave any edges on the back plate and just cover it completely. I just need to cut the top off because I've left that a little bit on the proud side. Right, these have got the tiniest little hearts in the middle, so I need to make sure that I get them both going the same way, face up, as it were. Okay. Right, need to have a look, see who else is here. I'm sorry, I can't, oh gosh, I've lost all the comments now. Okay. Lynn, good morning. Dorothy, good morning to you, and to Pat. People who actually do these and manage to look at the screen and answer the comments and take part at the same time are absolutely amazing, because I can't. Okay, I'm just going to cut off the spare bits of patterned paper there, so I've got my back. Okay. Now if I put that on there, this is where I need to just take stock and have a look and decide where I was putting my other two pieces of paper, and I think they're going on there. Okay, so that when the card's partly opened, actually, oh God, I can't decide. I can always do some more, but with hindsight, I think I should have cut another two out. I'm going to put them on the outside. So when the card is stood up like that, stood up, you might see that section of it. So I'm going to put these on there, and later today, when I get back on the computer, I'm going to print out some more to go on there. I think I've done myself short, and that is the beauty, or otherwise, of doing a live session on here, that you see all the mistakes. Never mind. Okay, that's going to go on there. Okay, and what I do, presume, I don't know, other people might not, but every digital card I make, all the individual elements that go up to make a card, I save, so that if, like today, I need some more of this size printing out, I can just go back, copy and paste onto another sheet, put another design of card on that sheet, so I don't waste a whole sheet of photo paper. Also, if it's a strange shape or strange sizes, the beauty of keeping on the computer all the images, that all the cards that I've made before, all the layouts, I can copy the sizes of everything as well, and it just makes it a lot quicker and a lot easier. I don't think I've ever printed the same one out twice though. I do like to do, as probably we all do, I like to do every card differently. Okay, we're looking good. Next task, to get this centrally on the base card. Okay, I'm going to glue it. I'm going to use the collal. I know something strong, well, quicker drying might suit most people, but because I need to get it centrally placed, I'm going to do it this way. Okay, a bit of glue on the back of there. Now if that's 5.5, the middle of that is going to be 2 3/4. So if I just put a little pencil mark at 2 3/4, and I should have done this first. The middle of that piece of card is 3.5, so that's going to be 1 3/4. Okay, what I'm going to try and do is, it's not easy, almost, if I stand that up and put it roughly in the right place, I can get those 2 pencil marks pretty much lined up. Okay, I need to make sure that it's absolutely flat across the base so that it stands up correctly, and it should be completely flat across the top if I've done my measuring and cutting right. Okay, before I stick it too firmly, I'm just going to check that is 1 inch, and if I turn it round, that is also 1 inch from the card to the outside, so I have that in the middle. Okay, you might all have better ways of doing that, but we all find our own way of what works for us. Okay, so that is now stuck down. I thought for a minute I'd put some of it on upside down, but the whole card was upside down. That's the shape you're going to get. Okay, stands up beautifully. Okay, nice bit of dimension on it as well. And then I have my topper for the front, which is a Feel Better Soon, and that I've done just the right size. I've layered it onto some of the matching white linen effect card, and there's just a tiny little border of the blue that runs down the edge. I'm going to attach this to the left side, so you know me by now, if I slide that forwards a bit and put a bit of a mark on it, I know how far up I can put the glue. Okay, again, I'm still using the collal, so I can move it slightly if I get it just a touch in the wrong place, make sure that everything's straight. And again, I do it by eye. Pop it on. I don't mind, like with pictures in frames, the bottom is often usually slightly more than the top. Let's go centimetres, about 2.7, and that's about 2.4. That will do for me, will that? I'm just having a little pause to get this. Gail downloaded the Birds and Teapot. Sorry, I've just... Would this card design be made with the set I downloaded? The Birds and the Teapot. Birds and the Teapot. Gosh, what is that called? Is that Bird Song? No? I can't think what it's called, Gail. This is called Salutations, but whichever kit you downloaded, you will still be able to make this style of card, but just choose your own, you know, different papers from it. There is another kit that has similar colours in, which is called Birdsong. Have I just said Birdsong? But it will have different sentiments on, but some of them are quite floral and quite similar. Okay, but you will be able to adapt your papers as long as you use the same sizes that I've used. You'll make a beautiful card with what you've downloaded, Gail. Okay, very pink. Could be a bird one. Okay, so that is most of the card finished. If I turn it over, rather than just leaving it to stamp on there, I've also printed out somewhat smaller, yes, but a piece of paper, framed flowers, butterfly, and I've added the sentiment, Big Hugs to You. You don't need to know, but this card I'm going to pop in the post later today for my parents' next door neighbour, who's in her 80s, and bless her, went to a garden centre last week and in the car park was knocked over by a car reversing into her. So she's a bit bruised. Aside from that, I understand okay, but I just thought that a card like this might just put a smile on her face while she's recovering from the shock and all the bruises. So big hugs to her, and as opposed to the get well soon that we so often use, she's not exactly necessarily ill, but feel better soon. I think it's lovely wording, is that? Okay, so that is what you will end up with if you follow this. Choose your own papers, and again, it's a great one actually for stash busting, because on here the biggest piece of paper will be slightly less than 3 by 5.5. You could stamp it, stencil it, but the rest of the pieces, if you do some of the cheeks as well, they're all really small thin pieces of paper, so great one to use up some of those scraps. Okay, so that's it. I'm a bit short on, well, not short on time, but yeah, finished early today, so you can go out and enjoy your sunshine. I will, as I said, I'll save the video if you want to revisit it. I will post photographs along with the template on this Facebook page a little bit later, hopefully today, but it may be tomorrow. I'm doing quite a lot of jobs around the house and garden this week, but this will be posted as soon as I can get it up. Thank you all so much for joining me this morning. I hope some of you go away and give it a go doing this. As I say, it's just a variation on a bit of a gatefold card, but dead easy. And it'd be great if you could have a go. Make sure you post your photos so that I can have a look at them. Oh, we're very late. Hello, Jeanette. Sorry I missed you earlier, perhaps. I might have missed a few people. Hello to anybody that I haven't said that to. But for now, that's me done for today. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my coffee and the sunshine. So enjoy your day. Happy crafting. I'll see you all next week.